Okay, today we'll talk about table again, and this will be the final lecture on our table. With table, we have discussed that when we click inside the table, we have two menus: table design and table layout. Today we are going to discuss about table layout. It contains multiple commands which are used to edit existing tables. Let's see them one by one. First of all, we have the command select. What does it do? Select cell. It will select the cell which contains cursor, like I'm clicking in father name cell. I will click select and cell. It will select the father name only. Now I'm clicking on column number 2. Select column. Microsoft Word has only selected my column number 2. Let's see. We are going to select row number 3. We have placed the cursor inside row number 3 by clicking with mouse and go to select and row. It will select only one row. If I want to select the whole table, I will choose select table. This can be done with mouse also. Okay, you can select any column, any row, any cell or whole table with the mouse also. You can select them by clicking in the cell and shift down arrow also. Shift left arrow, shift right arrow and shift up arrow. Okay, these are also used to select the table. Next to that is the view grid line. What is view grid line? Let me show you first the print preview of this document. We'll go to file and print. Here you can see that you can see all the borders of my table because I have applied it with the borders. Now if I don't need borders, what do? We'll select the table. We'll go to table design menu discussed earlier. We'll go to borders and we'll click no borders. Now this table contains no borders. These are some lines we can see on the screen. If we go to file and print, these are not available in the printing. So the border lines that are to be shown on screen only and cannot be printed are called grid lines. If you don't want to see them on screen also, you will go to layout and view grid line. Layout and view grid line will switch off the grid lines. Now we can't see them on screen also. If we want to see them again, we'll choose layout and view grid line again. We can switch on the grid lines. If we want to apply the borders, as earlier, we will go to the table design menu and choose borders, all borders. Border will be applied to our table. Next to that, we have the command properties. Properties command is used to adjust width, height of table cells, alignment of the table data, and alignment of the table. Let's see practically. We have a table that we have drawn with our hand, and it is a rough table. It is not a proper table. I want to arrange it. For that purpose, we'll select the table and go to layout menu and go to properties command. In this command, first of all, it asks us about aligning of table, that where should it reside, to the left of the page, to the center of the page, to the right of the page. I say it should be to the center of the page. Now you can see that my table is in the center of my page. Now the next is text wrapping, like we have wrapped the picture around the text. I want the table to be wrapped around the text. For that purpose, I will choose option around and click OK. Now pick up your table from the top and take it inside the text. You can see that it is making its space inside the text, and text is wrapping around our table. Next to that, for next option, we need some text over here. I'm going to type some text. Let's see what happens. Here we have typed some data inside our table, and we'll go to the properties command again. Now here it says row height. What will be the height of your row? I need it to be 0.3 inches. 0.3 inches. What should be the width of your column? I need it to be 0.5, half inch. Next option is cell alignment. I need the data to be in the center of cell. I have chosen center. We can choose top and bottom also. Now let's click OK. You can see that my table width, height, row, column and data alignment are set with these options. Okay, this was the option properties. Next to that properties, you can see another command, that was draw table. You know very well, draw table is used to draw another table here on your page manually. Last time we did it in the first lecture, where I told you how to insert tables on your pages. So this is the similar command we have already done. Next to that is the eraser. Eraser is used to erase any column, any row from your table. Eraser can erase the whole table also. You can bring it back by pressing Ctrl Z or undo. Okay. Let's move on to the next command. These are about insertion, deletion. What insertion and deletion? For example, I want a row above this row. Okay. I have selected a row inside my table with mouse, and I will go select insert above. You can see it is adding rows above my selected row. Now I will choose it again and I will select insert below. It will add rows below my selected row as many times as I click it. Okay. If I select 2 rows and click insert above, it will add 2 rows above. If I select 3 rows and click insert above, it will select 3 new rows above. In the similar way, if we want to add some columns, we'll select any column, 1 column, 2 column or 3 columns, and choose insert to the left. It will add column to the left of my selected column. If we choose a column and click insert to the right, it will add column to the right of the selected column. Now we have learned that how to add new rows or new columns inside existing rows and columns. Now if I want to remove them, these extra rows and columns are not needed. I want to remove all of them. For that purpose, I will go and select the given rows and click delete rows. Select the existing rows, delete rows. You can also choose delete cells and select the existing column you want to delete. Go to delete columns or delete cells. If you choose delete table, it will delete whole table from your document. You can bring it back before saving the file by pressing Ctrl Z, undo. Okay? Okay. After insertion and deletion, you can see that the size of my table was about the width of my ruler, but now it is resized and it is of small size. I want it to be stretched again according to my page size or according to my text size. What I will do, we'll choose the table, we'll select the table and go to layout menu and choose auto fit command, auto fit to window. It will expand our table to the size of page. If we choose auto fit to contents, it will reduce the size according to the data of our table. If we increase the content, it will increase the size of cell. Okay, but if we want it to be the normal table, we'll select the table and choose the option auto fit to window, auto fit to the column width. These are used to expand the table according to the page width. We can do it manually also. Okay, how? For example, this table is little bit out of this text border. I want to bring it inside. I will go to that line and click with the mouse and drag it to the place where I want it. Now I have arranged it properly, manually. Okay, we can also resize the rows by clicking with the mouse, by dragging up or dragging down. You can see that I am changing the size of my rows right now. Now let's see another thing here. During these things, while I was teaching you how to resize the table, I have done something mistakes, like some rows of my tables are larger and some columns are larger and some are smaller. I want them to be in the proper size. All rows should be of same height, all columns should be of same width. For that purpose, I will go and select the table again and choose this button above AutoFit, that is distribute columns, distribute rows. You can see that all of my columns and all of my rows are distributed properly and of the same width and height. We have left a little tab merge here. First we'll talk about it. Now merge, what does it do? For example, I'm going to add a picture of my student here. Okay, for picture I need a larger space. This cell cannot contain a picture. For that purpose, I will select the as many cells as I want and go to layout menu and choose merge cells. Merge cell will create a room for my picture. Now I can practically apply any picture over here. For example, I am going to add a picture, insert picture, this device, and I think I have got some pictures of my students. Okay, I'm going to add that person here. You can see that this picture is properly wrapped inside the space which I have selected for that. Okay, now I also want to write the weekly attendance of my students in this column. We have 6 classes a week, but this column is only one column. So I want to split it into 6 cells. For that purpose, we'll select the column and go to layout menu and choose split cells. How many cells I want? I want 6 columns here. I will choose split cells and OK. You can see that my cells are splitted into 6 different columns. Now I can add the weekly attendance over here. Okay. We can also apply this to rows. Okay. How? For example, I've selected this row and I'm going to choose split cells. I'm going to increase number of rows. Okay. Not number of columns. I want to increase the number of rows to be 5 here. You can see that I have converted one row to 5 rows. Okay. I have converted one column to 5 columns. Another option here is split table. For example, I want to break this table below this record. I will go click below the row and click split table. It will split my table into 2 different tables. You can see that now this is a separate table and this is also a separate table. That is how you can merge and split the cells inside your table. Now, let's talk about something about data alignment of your table. Let's see how to align the data. For that purpose, I have selected these cells that contains data. I want them to be on the extreme right. These are on the right of my columns. I want them to be in the mid of columns. I want them to be in the left of columns. You can choose any of them: top left, top mid, top right, mid left, mid center and mid right, bottom left, bottom center and bottom right. Now another button you can see here, this is for heading. I've selected the heading of my table and I'm going to click text direction. You can see the direction of my text is also changing. The last one is cell margin. This is a very good command for adding margin or space between the cells. Okay. How? For example, I want to add margins inside these cells. For that purpose, I will go to cell margin. I will increase the top margin here to up to 0.5. Okay. Let's see. You can see that every cell has a free space of half inches above the text. If we want to add bottom margin, we can also type the space and add bottom margin. It already contains left and right margins. I want to decrease this to be 0.5 also. Now, all of my cells contain half inch space from left, right, top and bottom of your data. Okay. This is the command cell margins. Now, we have last command of our table menu, that is about data. Okay. Data command contains, for example, sorting of data. This data is aligned 121, 122, 124 and 123. This is not properly aligned. I want it to be ascending or descending order. I will go to command data and click sort. We can choose ascending or descending. Which column? Roll number, name, father name or class. I want to arrange roll number and click OK. All the data will be arranged properly. Okay, now you can see 121, 122, 123 and 124. This is properly arranged. A repeat heading row. I'll discuss this later. Convert table to text. Convert table to text means to remove all the table properties and convert it to the text, normal text. How? We'll just select the table and click data, convert to text and click OK. It will be converted to text. It is not a table now. You can apply no property of table on this text right now. Okay? And another command is formula. Formula, when we apply the command formula, it gives us sum left. Sum left mean it will add all the items of this row. Okay, just click an OK. If I want to add a column, I will go at the end of column and click formula, and you can see now formula is sum above. It will add the elements of the column. Okay, last command we have left earlier, that was repeat header row. What is repeat header row? Repeat header row, for that purpose I need a table here. I'm going to add heading. That heading is roll number, name, father name, and class. Now I want it to be at cell margin of 0.2 and in the middle of cells. Also, I want to apply some formatting from home menu. That is, I want to make it handkerchief bold. Now, this is my heading. Okay. Last time I told you, if we want to increase the size of table, we'll go to the last row and press tab button. It will add new rows inside table. Now I have added many rows and my table is shifted to next page and also further, but there is no heading on the next page. I want this heading in the similar way on the next pages also. For that purpose, I will select the heading row and go to layout menu, click data and click repeat heading row. Now you can see that my header row is repeated on next page. It is also repeated on further page and it will be repeated until you increase the length of your table. Okay, you can see that it is increasing until I am increasing my table length. That's all about table. Thank you very much.